to early days.
Uh-huh.
Tell me what you remember about starting the violin.
I have like a very clear memory of like when I wanted to start. It was like a barn dance at Walker, and there was a fiddle player. I was like, that is what I want. It's like very mission oriented.
What was music like at home for you?
I think there's kind of like two stages, like the stages where I practiced maybe 15 minutes every day, and that was just like, a couple minutes before dinner, my mom would yell at me. Well, not really. She'd like, you gotta go do this now.
Yeah.
And then probably more like middle school, high school, like actually carving out time to sit down and practice became much more of a thing in my life. And then it was like a ritual of like, get home from school, this is like my decompress kind of time, was to like play the violin. Because it like wasn't TV, it was like, but it wasn't school. So it was kind of a separate activity to do. I think I first started practicing a lot because I knew it bothered my brother, to be fully honest. But then I started getting better. And like you could actually see progress. Like, oh, I could not have played that song, like anything close to that complicated like last year. And like, oh wow, I can play with people now, and it's fun and it's not deeply stressful. And like those kind of benchmarks. And I was like, oh, if I practice just like 30 minutes, like I don't have to kill myself, I can actually be decently good.
And how much of it was you kind of going, I'm going to go practice now, and how much of it was like your mom saying, you need to go practice, and who was like the force there?
It was mostly me. I don't think my mom was terribly invested in me playing music as far as like, you must. Right. Like the deal was you get lessons if you practice, but you don't need to practice, but there are no lessons. And lessons were fun. So there was like a little bit of motivation too. So it was fun to go play with someone older and make the videos. And
what about the peer group aspect of this? When did that ever become a part of it for you?
I think a lot more in high school, and then definitely in college. In like college, I play like twice a week with like folks my age, and like 2 different sessions, which is really fun. And then like ends up being like a social thing. Like, oh, every week on Friday nights, like we pregame, going out to the party by playing fiddle tunes because we're dorks. And it's an activity that's fun you can all do together.
Do you remember when we went to Sierra?
Oh my God, that was so much fun. Yeah, I think I was 13 when that was probably the first camp I went to, first or second. And I think that was a really incredible moment to like see all these people. You walk into, these big halls, and they all play the same type of music that you do. And I think that's a real like shifting moment for folks when you're like, oh, there's so many people who do this. Do traditional folk dance, but do pop songs, and also like learn from folks who are a lot older and how these like cross-generational relationships. A really influential part of why I really like playing this music is that I get to experience with my peer group people who are older than me and then people who are younger than me, and it gets to be a really cross-generational activity and space. But at Mount Holyoke, there's a folk music and dance society, which I started going to, which has, we call them sings, where we like meet in the common room and people sing folk songs. It's really adorable. It's the cutest thing you'll ever see.
Fiddle.
I show my fiddle and everyone's like, oh, fabulous, you'll fit right in. Like sugar shacks are where you dry maples, like sap to get maple syrup, and like we'll have a jam at like a sugar shack, and we'll be playing music, and people like will be a potluck, and then we're also like drying sap, which is really fun.
So, how prepared do you feel like you were for this experience?
I felt really prepared. I think if you can learn by ear really quickly, and like have social skills to like be nice to people, you're dead. You're ready to go. That's all you need.
Talk to me a little bit about how you felt in terms of your own competency.
The places where I felt the most confident was when I was playing with Carson, who was like a friend of mine in high school, and like more those social situations, whereas people I knew really well, felt really safe around, and that being really key for me, like wanting to take risks and not feeling bad if something didn't sound good. Like the setting that you thrive in really depends on what your goals for music are. I have never wanted to be a professional musician, have no aspirations to be a professional musician, and so for me it's always been social. And so if the social aspect isn't there, what am I doing? Why am I there? I mean, I'll play for like a dance or something where no one's listening to the music very hard. But then I think that's back to the community aspect. I got really into folk dance kind of as a sidetrack because folk dance is super fun. Like that's how I met my boyfriend at Mount Holyoke. We met at a dance.
What are the best things that I can be doing, and that Rachel and Jesse and all of us here in what we teach? And tell me what you think.
I think providing spaces for students to play together on their own without supervision, so to speak, if it just changes the dynamic if your teacher is there. Like you have like kind of the musical leadership skills to start a tune and end a tune together. And then you can see that you can do it and it's fun. And it can be like just part of your social life in high school. And if it's part of your social life in high school, it's way more likely to be your social life in college and beyond. You can like, create a community around playing music.
What about skills?
I think it depends what people's like musical aspirations are. I think being able to pick something up by ear is super important. And I don't know if this is more of a soft skill, but being totally okay that you won't get all the notes and something might sound bad and your peer group is still going to love you and accept you and you can still play with them every once in a while. It's okay. Yeah, I think those are the big ones though.